What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Evelyn and I make beauty related videos, also cystic fibrosis related videos. Today is going to be a very long overdue video. I promised a Shop Miss A first impressions, and that video I filmed turned out to be like 3 hours long and I could not shorten it. I ran a poll on my Instagram story and a lot of people just said go ahead and just film a review instead. So that is going to be what today's video is. I hope y'all really enjoy, and let's just go ahead and jump right into this video. So I have been using these products for a while now, so I kind of know how they work and I can give my honest opinions on them. So I'm just going to kind of sit here, do a full face of $1 makeup, let y'all know my review on the products, and let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start out with this UHD primer spray. It just looks like this. Just looks like that. I'm just going to spray this all over my face. And honestly, I don't really feel like primer sprays really do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and take this AOA mattifying primer as well. And I'll kind of just focus this more in my T-zone. I also picked up sponges. I have the Wonder Blender, it's like their version of the Beauty Blender, and I also have the baking sponge. Dampen these with that primer spray because honestly I'm too lazy to get up. And if you saw my haul, you saw I also picked up a couple brushes. I am going to try to use as many brushes of those as I can. This one's the High Def F3 brush. Just looks like this. So I did pick up two foundations. This first one's a Amuse Cosmetics foundation stick, and then this is Amuse Cosmetics Matte Finish Foundation. So I'm going to start out with the stick foundation. And I am going to do 1/2 at a time because these products do kind of dry down pretty fast. So if you wait, it's going to be kind of hard to blend. But if you like full coverage, you're definitely not going to like this stick. I am going to add one more layer kind of here in my cheeks where I get a little bit more red, and in my nose area. So now we're just going to take that matte finish foundation. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. Product is pretty thick, so I just take a little bit at a time and use my beauty sponge and just dab it in. And also, it's supposed to be like a matte foundation, but I feel like it isn't very matte. I feel like you definitely still have to set it down. It looks very natural. It's not very thick looking on the skin. So we do have two different concealers, the AOA Wonder Studio Covers Concealer and the Amuse Cosmetics 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. I'm going to take the Amuse one and put that anywhere I would normally apply concealer. This concealer is actually one of the best products in my opinion that I got. I do use this pretty regularly. I just really like the way it makes my skin look. So now I'm going to take the AOA Wonder Concealer. It just kind of looks like this. I've tried to use this under my eyes before, but it's way too thick to do that for me, and it creases a lot. So I usually just use this to spot conceal. Honestly, I wouldn't get that concealer. I do have a translucent powder and a pressed powder. So the translucent powder I have is just the AOA Studio in the brightening shade. I don't really let my bake sit too long for like an everyday makeup, so I just want to make sure I get that pressed into my skin so I don't get any creases. The AOA Studio pressed powder, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face. I personally really like the powders I picked up. I have been using them on a pretty daily basis. I did pick up a brow gel and then a sculpting brow pencil. These are both from the AOA Studio. This is another product that I really liked and that I use a lot on a daily basis. So now I'm just going to put some brow gel in my brows. Honestly, the brow gel is not my favorite. I do have the AOA Perfect eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to pop some of that on my lids and blend it out with my fingers. So I do have two different eyeshadow palettes. I have this Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, and I also have the Love Child palette from A2O. It just looks like this. I'm just going to take this like banana color in the Love Child and set that primer down. Next, I'm just going to take this transition shade right here and pop that in my crease. I'm just going to take this brown and focus that in my outer corner. This purple up here, it's just a shimmer. I am going to wet my brush for this with that primer spray. I do kind of feel like with these shimmer shades, whenever you blend, they do kind of just like go away, so you do have to keep layering it. So I did pick up this eyeliner. This is a Muse Cosmetics liquid liner. Honestly, not a big fan of this. I'm not going to put it on, but I did also get this liquid eyeshadow from A2O. This is really pretty. I have used this, and I want to go pick up some more. That's the shade I got. So now going on in with bronzer, I have the LOL bronzing powder. This is okay. This is an okay powder. The shade's definitely not like the perfect match for me, but I can easily blend it out. This is the Amuse Cosmetics blush. It's like the rose ones. These are super pigmented, so you do have to use a really light hand. But if you're into pigmented blushes, definitely check them out because I really like it and the formula is really good. Now we're going to go in with mascara. I did pick up two different mascaras. I did get the Hyper Lash in Pre-Lash. This is like a fiber mascara, And I also got a starry mascara. It looks like this. The mascaras are honestly not my favorite. I would just pick up a different one from the drugstore. They have really good ones. I know Essence Lash Princess is really good and it's really cheap. And my favorite one's the Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's in the pink bottle. It's at like $6. I did pick up a bunch of different lips. I think I'm just going to do this trio today. This is the AOA Studio lip liner in the color Faded. Next, I'm just going to go into the AOA Studio Wonder Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the color Faded as well. I am going to apply my highlighter. This is the AOA Wonder Highlighter in Cream Puff. And I'm going to take the AOA Studio F19 brush. It's just a highlighting brush. I'm going to pick up some of that. I am going to wet my brush so it's a little bit more pigmented. I'm just going to take my powder brush, kind of blend that out a little bit. This highlighter does kind of like bring out my texture. So if you have really textured skin, you might not like it. I'm just going to take a smaller brush using that same highlighter and apply it to my brow bone. And I'm going to pop a little bit in my inner corners as well. So now I'm going to apply the AOA Studio Wonder Metal Liquid Lipstick in Princess just over the top. And then I'm going to use the UHD Pro Setting Spray just to set everything in place. So final thoughts on everything. The UHD Priming and Setting Spray, they do come in a pack, so they were $2. Honestly, I don't feel like they do much for my makeup. I feel like I just use them whenever I am looking to like wet my brush to apply eyeshadow or highlighter. So honestly, I think you could just skip those unless you just wanted to get a cheaper alternative so you don't have to waste like your $20 setting spray. Primer, the Wonder Skin Mattifying Primer. I actually really like this. I feel like it does help keep my oils contained in like my T-zone area, like right here around my nose, throughout the day. For foundations and concealers, I'm just going to kind of do all of those together. I have like quite a few. The matte finish foundation, it's okay. It does not go on matte. I feel like it's very dewy, like natural, and then you'd still have to set it with powder. So if you're looking for a really matte foundation, I wouldn't get this, but honestly, it's not that bad. It's, again, it's not full coverage, so if you're looking for full coverage, I wouldn't get it either. That's kind of the same for the Amuse foundation stick. It's okay for like my natural makeup days. If you have a lot of like redness or blemishes, you will be able to see through it. It's not full coverage, and it's honestly, the foundation stick is pretty thick. So for concealers, this Amuse Foundation 2-in-1 in concealer is actually one of my favorite products I purchased. I will repurchase this when I use this all. Again, this is not full coverage. I just like to use this like under my eyes when I don't want to like full coverage. It's just a really nice natural concealer. Product again that I don't really like are these AOA Studio Wonder Cover concealers. I didn't show you this one. I did get a peach one to conceal my under eyes. It does conceal my dark circles, but these are just so thick and they smell really weird and they dry really fast, so you have to blend really fast. And I just say go ahead and save your money on those. I kind of already told y'all my opinion on it, but the brow gel is not my favorite. It does have like that little brush. If you're into that, I usually just use like the NYX clear brow gel and I have no problems with that. So honestly, I probably won't purchase brow gel again. But the sculpting brow pencil I did really like. I do use this on a daily basis now, and I will definitely repurchase whenever I use it all. The liquid eyeshadow, I didn't put it on today. I do still have that swatch. I did really like it. When I did use it, I want to go purchase more shades. So that kind of tells you my opinions there. The eyeshadow primer is okay. I do feel like it is long lasting and it helps your eyeshadow go on pigmented. For eyeliner, I got the Amuse Cosmetics eyeliner. I love this packaging, by the way. This gold is stunning. But I just don't really like this product. I didn't really have a lot of issue today. But like whenever you try to like wing it out and you like try to layer it, it's really hard to layer and it'll like pick up and it'll get like almost like cakey looking. So really you just can only use like a really thin coat. It also doesn't dry matte. It is a more shiny finish. For mascaras, I kind of already told y'all my opinion on those as well. I say just skip the mascaras. Just go ahead and go to the drugstore and buy a $7 mascara because these were just like, they flake really easy. They don't really last very long throughout the day. And they're okay. Lashes, again, I didn't put any on today. I'm really sorry, but these are honestly some of my favorite lashes I've ever used. Eyeshadow palettes, I had these two. I know I didn't use the Muse one today, but I do usually use this on like when I'm just like going to work or just want like a quick transition shade. I'll usually reach for this. I really like it along with the Love Child. I really like the Love Child palette. I did use this on my eyes today. This is $10 instead of $1 because you get 9 shades and the palette. But I think if you're interested, definitely pick it up. They do take a little bit more work than like Too Faced shadows or something like that. The powders I used, I love both of these. I will again probably continue to purchase these when I run out. I do use them on a daily basis now. This LOL bronzing powder, if it was my shade, I'd probably use it a lot more. But honestly, I would just get, if they have darker shades in the pressed powder, I would just get a darker shade there. I probably won't use this very often, so I would say pass on that. The blushes, they're nice. They're super pigmented, so if you don't like really pigmented blushes, you're not going to like these for sure. You do have to blend them out. You have to work with them. You have to use a really light hand. So if you're someone who's very heavy-handed, you probably won't like them. The highlighter, y'all saw the way it applied. Let's just go ahead and add some more. I feel like it does kind of bring out my texture, and I usually don't really have a texture problem, but so if you're really textured, you might not like this. It's also baked, so you kind of have to get through that first layer, because when I first was trying this, it wasn't very pigmented. It wasn't going on really pretty, but once I got under that first layer and started using it a lot more, I started getting more like pigment and show up. These sponges were awesome. I love the sponges. This is definitely a really good dupe for the Beauty Blender if you don't want to spend the $20. Same with the pink eye brush set. I'll just go ahead and pick the ones I have up here right now. These were great. I also really like the face set I got. Lip liners, they're just like lip liners. They're pretty matte, but they're super creamy, super smooth, super easy to use. The matte lipsticks, these are okay. I have used these a couple times. They are pretty long lasting, so that's really nice. And then the metal lipstick, I feel like this one isn't as long lasting and they're a little sticky. The lipsticks are nice. I know I didn't use them in my video today. They are a lot stickier than the matte lipsticks though, which I thought was really weird, but again, they're a pretty good product, just not my favorite. Okay guys, so that's going to be today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I know this might be kind of a more lengthy video, but if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! And I think that's it.